we obviously got your immediate reaction to the defeat on Saturday. How have you digested that?
Like I always do, take time, review the footage, collect my thoughts, and watching back the footage, we inflicted it on us, and that means that we can rectify it, and we're gonna rectify it. Again, it's painful. It was painful for the players, you can see, and their reaction today in training was fantastic, and that's what you want, For every action, there's a reaction, and the reaction is how do we get better from here? How do we now take these lessons and apply it into winning moments? And we all know in sports, so winning is the hardest thing to do because everybody want to win. I think putting together a performance over 90 minutes, working together as a group, continue that path that we on, we're gonna be fine. But obviously, you have to take some rough punches, especially being a younger group, but also being a new group. But we are gonna progress, and that's the most important thing.
Obviously, after that last game, you brought up like the mentality and maturity of the squad
Mhm.
in those late moments. When you've got something like that instead of maybe just something tactical, how do you approach that then when you come out to the training ground next and you're working with the players to try and improve that?
Well, you show it, but also you ask questions to them because as coaches, as a coach I am, I like to empower my players. We give them the solutions, and now the options is on them what options they use on the pitch. And again, I cannot fault my players because it's not like they don't want to play or want to play win. They're playing the game. They're doing a lot of things right. They want to apply what we're asking them to do, but also they're growing. And sometimes when you grow, growing pains happen, and you got to take those growing pains. Have we seen progress? Yes, we've seen progress in players. We've seen progress every day. And sometimes in our business, it's what happened on a Saturday. That's the only thing that most people will look at. And for us coaches, looking at the progress from Monday to Saturday and the next week after. We are progressing, which is what you want a team to be, and now he's turning those progression into performance, and performance will turn it into results, and results continue to build confidence.
You talk a lot, obviously, in every week about, hey, we're not concerned. You're not concerned because you're not being outplayed by an opponent. But eventually, as games stack, where you make mistakes and you beat yourself over a 5 or 6 game period, and some of the ways that you have, does that start to give you any concern?
No, because again, you can rectify it. We rectify it because in the beginning, what was the talk? Oh, they cannot defend set place, or they're having a slow starts. But nobody's talking about those things anymore, right? So that's football. New problems will arrive, and that's how do you solve those new problems, and how do you solve those so that now it become a complete performance. Because knock on wood, we're not coming in here talking about set place. We're not here talking about slow starts. Now it's all right. How do we give a 90-minute performance? And I think we close. We gave 80 last Saturday. So now it's the last 10 minutes that we have to put on, and we will do it.
As a coach, how do you approach moving on from the result on Saturday and then obviously the game during the midweek? Is there something that you have to do to prepare? Obviously the players. How do you kind of manage that transition?
Well, for me, it's again approach the game Saturday, Sunday, move on. And why move on? Because there's another opportunity for us as a group to show what we're capable of and how we can improve us from Saturday games. In life is a little bit different. You may not have those opportunities. So we're fortunate as a footballer to able to wake up and also able to get an opportunity to redeem ourselves. And that's what we also make them understand. And that's I am grateful for that because there's other people who are in different situations that may not have that opportunity that we also have in front of us. So we rise to the occasion, we get better with the occasion, and we move on because you cannot dwell in the past.
There are some coaches obviously that like having that short week after a game like you had on Saturday because it gives you the chance to kind of put it to bed and move on quicker by having a Wednesday game. Do you look at it like that, or do you view it differently?
No, absolutely. Listen, the best way for you to redeem yourself is to get an opportunity. And if you ask us, we wanted it Sunday. We would have wanted to play that game again on Sunday, but not now we have a game on Wednesday, and it's a team that came to our place and took 3 points. So it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think the response from the boys will be great.
Do you see that from your group? Obviously, you would have wanted to play the game Sunday, but you see your group as also a team
Oh, yeah.
that would have wanted that?
Nah, you can tell that they wanted it, and you can tell it right after the game how they felt, because they let themselves down. And as a footballer, there's no other worse feeling than that, when you know that you had control of it, and then in a span of 5 minutes, you let it out of your hand again, right? A learning moment, because that's how we're gonna grow. So it's not what way we want to be, but again, you look at it, we're 3 points of playoffs, being fourth or fifth. So
Obviously, you started the season with a lot of injuries, many of them coming on the training ground as well. Is that something that's, with a lot of those guys coming back now, made you reevaluate maybe how you do things on the training ground with this group, or was it just bad luck maybe at the start of the season?
it was more of a bad luck, because we're training the same that we're in. And the good thing sometimes is especially when people are not winning or there's adversity, there's always looking to seek what if, what that. For me, I believe in the process that we're going with this group and the process that they need. And with all of that, injury is what is part of the game. So I don't know how to answer that.
As you do get more fit, though, there's often the illusion, especially with fixture congestion coming up, that you're going to have bodies. But as players get fit, they still need to have their minutes managed as they fully recover back to full fitness. So how do you go about a week like this, where now you're playing 2 in a week and you have to travel to a place and then travel back? How do you manage minutes for guys?
Well, we know who we need to play and who we need to manage, and we're gonna do it because we know it's a short week and a short turnaround, and that's why you have and need bodies in this league. And because of the traveling, it's not like in Europe where you travel by couch and you're there in 2 hours. Right, we're flying, and also we're going in a different time zone. But these are also great challenges, like I said, that we want to have, and that's going to continue to develop the players, make them better, and that's why we're professional. We have to deal with it. It's just simple.
Hablando de tu próximo oponente en Tulsa, ya han jugado contra ellos una vez esta temporada. ¿Va a cambiar un poco el plan para enfrentarnos nuevamente, o todavía ven ese equipo igual que los vieron el primer partido?
Tulsa es un equipo y eso tácticamente le juega 5-2-3 según equipo, y le juega duro y le ganar mucho de confianza, porque le ganar 3 partidos contra Oakland y le perdió la pelota, le perdió partido 1-2. Para nosotros es muy importante tácticamente, no juega bien, muy confianza con pelota, muy confianza de habilidad.
Y para tu equipo, este es un partido un poco de revancha después que Tulsa vino acá y les ganó el primer partido.
No revancha. Para mí es muy importante el equipo y le juega bien, y le trabaja bien.
Y también hablamos, obviamente, de una semana corta bien aquí. ¿Qué tan importante es rotar el equipo, o van a atacar este partido como han atacado cualquier otro partido?
No, rotación es muy importante, porque es más duro cuando juega, y lo dijo con Maga, y juega 3 partidos, es muy difícil, porque es muy importante un poquito rotación del equipo.
12:23 p.m.
So he says.
Obviously, at some point you're going to have to make rotations during the course of this week. How would you rank kind of the importance of the Open Cup against the league fixture you've got coming up on the weekend?
How do you rank the importance of your daughters if you have them, or a kid? You don't. You never do. Because then that's you disrespecting the game. For only thing that we know is Wednesday is the most important game that we have. And after that, we take care of it.
We just talked about some of the injuries, getting healthier. Another player like that is Casey, who gave you his first minutes. What did you make of his cameo? Both the first half, before the goals were conceded, and then kind of as the goals kind of rained on.
It's tough on him, because obviously he was, he was around those 2 goals, but we didn't lose because of Casey. But that's for me. It's not why we lost the game. We all lost. We all lost the game in a 5-minute span, and that's not on one person. That is the whole group. But I'm happy that to have him back because again, he's a very vocal leader. He's somebody that can lead the group. He's somebody that can help the group, and we're happy and we could see it. But again, he will get to where we need him to get to, and then also he will show truly his value.
Obviously, we saw Patrick starting earlier in the season. Now you're playing Tristan more in goal. What goes into that decision-making process to work out who's going to start on a Saturday?
No, for us, obviously, because we've rotated keepers. I don't think we've done something that is unusual in the world of football. And again, anybody that wants a starting spot, you gotta earn it. Like, nothing is given to us. Nothing's gonna be given in life. So, for me, it's and for goalkeeper coach Corey, we have always discussion about them, and I will always listen to what he has to say, and then I'll make a decision based upon what I think is important for the team and what the team need. So for me, anybody that want to claim a starting position, that's on you to earn it, and that's on you to give what is. But we're very happy because you look at the both goalkeepers. I can say it's confidently that there's 2 of the best goalkeepers in the league. Patrick understands what winning is about. He's won, with Orange County. He won here. Tristan knows how to win, have won with Forge, played in the Champions Cup, all of this. So we have those experience. So whoever we choose, we're very confident with both of them.
Y vimos una pelea hoy en el entrenamiento. ¿Eso tiene algo que ver con el partido pasado o solo fue una ocasión que pasó hoy?
Para mí es muy importante entrenamiento directo porque son el partido sábado, es un partido muy difícil mental. Sí, porque tú ganas 2-0, tú pierdes 3-2. Y es muy importante los jugadores si son venir y son focus partido con Tulsa. Y es muy importante directo porque con el entrenador y no hablando con el partido es muy muy difícil. Hoy todo y hablando, après we move on.
Obviously, we've gotten used to kind of seeing an intense training session from you guys. It looked like it boiled over a little bit there between a couple of the players today. Can you just talk about what exactly happened there from your perspective?
They were fighting to win.
For you as a coach, when you're kind of managing those moments and managing those guys, what kind of approach do you take?
What, that they want to fight to win?
It looked like it went a little bit above that.
They wanted to win. What do you do when you want to win? What would you do if you want to win?
Probably not that. Because if you did that in a game, you'd get sent off.
The training. Training is where you get better. So I didn't see anything that boiled over.
How do you take that moment then and use it to take those 2 strong personalities and channel it into the motivation that you want from every training session?
They motivated each other. And that's the best way you can have. We play football.